My name is Gregg. I'm an Islamorada Village Councilman, and I'm coming to you today from a very special place in Islamorada. We're here on Plantation Key on what's called the Glynn property, which was just acquired by the village. It's a very special, environmentally sensitive property, just a little bit to the north of the Venetian Shores neighborhood on the bay side. And the reason that it's special is because it's an undeveloped parcel. It's about 90 acres, and there's about 7 of those acres that are a very sensitive habitat. It's a high quality, most of it is a high quality hardwood hammock. And that's becoming an increasingly rare environmental area in the village because of development pressure. But I'm delighted to be here to tell you about this acquisition. We just closed on the property last Friday, which was March the 29th. We own it now. It was special because it was under some pressure for development, and it actually contains a subdivision here. There's a paper subdivision of about 190 lots and paper streets all ready, set to go for development. But we've acquired that now. The village owns it. It's preserved in perpetuity and will not be built on. It's also special because of some of the features it has. It's got not only hardwood hammock, but it has transitional areas of mangrove and buttonwood area. It goes from the highway all the way to the bay. It has some interesting critters here. We know that there are American crocodiles. It's a breeding habitat for the protected white-crowned pigeon. It's in the Florida migratory bird flyway, where birds migrate in the fall and again north in the spring, back and forth to Central and South America and the Caribbean, and it's a stopover where they can rest and feed. The protected eastern indigo snake. There may be some Stock Island tree snails that are here. All of these are protected animals, and they are here. Could even be habitat for the protected Schaus butterfly, the swallowtail butterfly. So for me, it's a trophy acquisition for the village, for the environment, and for the folks to have this in perpetuity. I hope you get a chance to visit it. We may open this up a little bit for some recreational or passive trails. I did want to mention a very special thank you to the Glynn family that sold the property to the village. Mr. Glynn, his uncle purchased the property and recorded the subdivision, I believe, in the early 1960s, and had some health issues and was unable to develop the property. The Glynn family inherited it when he passed, and they didn't rush in and want to bulldoze it or anything. And so when they approached us about some kind of development, it was to, of course, get some income from the property. But we worked with the Glynn family, and Mr. Glynn in particular. They were very in tune with our needs and wants and with the environmental sensitivity of the property. They are conservationists themselves, and so when we met to talk about this, we were all on the same page. And so we owe the Glynn family a debt of gratitude for their cooperation in making this transaction happen. There may even be a ceremony where we name the property in honor of their family and their commitment to the environment and to the benefit of the folks of Islamorada. So thank you again, Glynn family, for working with us on this transaction.
Hi, I'm Frezza, the Environmental Resources Manager here with the Village of Islamorada. And the acquisition of the Glynn property is certainly a significant one for the village. It's by far the largest single land acquisition that the village has ever completed. It's mostly mangrove wetland. There are some mangrove transitional areas with buttonwood, tropical hardwood hammock as well, about 7 acres of hammock, some of which is high quality hammock. And it does also have about 2,000 linear feet of frontage on Florida Bay. So this Glynn property is currently completely undeveloped. It will remain undeveloped and be managed as conservation land by the village. So certainly it's an important acquisition for the protection of native habitats and natural resource protection.